Good afternoon, and how are you today?
I'm okay.
I am a student of the University of Guyana, and I just have a few questions to ask you based on an assignment that I have to complete. Are you willing to participate?
Yes, I will assist.
Okay, great. Everything you say here will be kept in confidence, so you don't have to worry about anything. So, the first question that I have to you is, what moral values were most important when you were younger?
Discipline.
Discipline.
Discipline with the children at home, with the parents, and at school.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you so much for that answer. So, my next question is, how were these values taught in your time?
And my time, when you've been taught by your parents, look, when an elderly person come to the home to have a discussion or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
a child must not be around.
Okay.
You must leave the area. You either go and pick up your book or you go and find something to do,
Okay.
right? These days, I don't find that is happening.
True. I agree.
No, it don't happen. The children, they're more into you
Right.
than into their own business.
Right. Right.
You understand? And we, the parents, we got to put a stop into that. We got to add a little more discipline into them,
That's right. I do agree with that.
right? But I find some of the parents spoil some of these children. I
True.
don't know for what reason, but in those days it never used to happen. I go with a grandmother, and if she say, since somebody come and you turn up, she gave the eye, you got to move,
Right.
or else we had wild cane,
Mm-hmm.
we had tambran whip, um, engine belt, and when the can come to hand, pot spoon.
Yes.
You understand? But these days, the parents don't even shout at the children. Sometimes if they shout at them, they cry. They start to cry. And they get pity. The parents get pity for them. Or sit in a corner.
Yeah.
Wrong.
So you would say that discipline back then and discipline
More,
now, it's two different things.
two
It was
different things.
stricter
Yeah, it was
in your
more
younger
stern.
time.
Yes.
Yes,
It was
yes.
more stern in my days.
Okay, great. All right. So my next question to you would be, what are three civic responsibilities that citizens would often neglect? What just some observations that you would have made during your lifetime?
Oh,
Just in your community, are your neighbors, are they usually clean? Do they dispose of their garbage, properly and
or
so
keep
on?
the environment clean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some do keep the environment clean, um, but they have to involve some. I think some of the, the children
Mm-hmm.
in the neighborhood, they are just, let me see, carefree.
Carefree, yeah, okay.
They carefree. They just like to um, dress, dress up and go out, and
Mm-hmm.
forget about the cleanliness
The cleanliness, okay.
of their surroundings.
Right.
right? And I think the parents is involved there, whereby they should see that the children, before they leave home or when they wake up in the morning, tidy themselves,
Mm-hmm.
tidy the skin, tidy their home, their surroundings, you know,
Mm-hmm.
before they leave home. And so, if something is wrong with them while on the way out or at school or at work, wherever, because some children, what you call those children that work before they left school,
Mm-hmm.
right? Something is wrong with them and they have to bring them back home. The environment is dirty.
Right. Right.
How would you accept, or how can you accommodate people in your home to see where this child is living?
So you're saying that the parents, that's something they need to provide more guidance with
Guidance, yes, in that area.
in that area.
Yes.
All right.
Yourself, you go in the kitchen, you learn to clean up, tidy your kitchen. Wherever, if you drink, you have your breakfast, wash your cup and your plate and turn it down. When you come up before you sleep in the night, you do the same. Tidy your environment so that you have a godly spirit
Right.
in your home, in your life. You will have problem.
Okay. So basically, what you're saying on these neglected civic responsibilities, basically you're saying is that the parents need to provide this kind of guidance.
Guidance, of
All
course.
right.
Of course.
So, with that being said, my next question to you, and final question, put aside the parents providing this guidance, right, for their children, right? How do you think schools should address these issues? In what way do you think that a school can reinforce these morals into young children and these civic issues or responsibilities? How can they guide, or how can they teach this sort of,
Behavioral
yes.
pattern. I think the children, when they leave home to go to school in the morning, when they go to school, when in my days, when you go to school,
Mm-hmm.
they had the your prayer. You say a prayer when you get before you start class or session,
Okay.
right? You start that session, you start the prayer or the national anthem or what have you, and then you go into um, your everyday or your daily routine,
Mm-hmm.
your class, whatever you have to be, your subject, your first subject, wherever, and then you be nice to your fellow um, classmate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you, Jane or John, how was your night? Right? The teacher would tell you that, taught you that you know that this you must do, so that when you're at home, when you go home, you have that same um, attitude with your
Yes.
brothers and sisters who you all didn't go to school together. If you all did go to school but weren't in the same class,
Mm-hmm.
you understand? How was your night? Um, and so on, and even teach them. Look, I don't know if your mother taught you the morning prayer or the night prayer
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, but you might have some prayer that you would teach them.
Right.
right? And at snack time, you say a short two-word thank you, Father, for this meal. You know,
Yeah.
give them a boost of encouragement,
Mm-hmm.
even at lunchtime. You know,
Yeah.
you teach them these things. They're moral training. Bring them up, even at lunchtime and after the before the set of grace, they eat the set of grace. You know,
Mm-hmm.
after they go out for recreation or what have you, I don't know.
Yeah.
When they come back, they say a little afternoon prayer. You're thanking God for life,
Right.
right? You thank God for life, you thank Him for health and strength. And before you leave in the afternoon, you say another prayer, asking God to guide and protect you and
Mm-hmm.
your other siblings or brothers and sisters in class. Journey home, you know,
Mm-hmm.
words of encouragement.
Yeah.
You understand? Same thing when you go home. Good afternoon, mom. Good afternoon, dad. How was your day? My sister, how was your day? Okay. God bless you.
All right.
And so,
All right. Thank you very much for all of this knowledge that you've imparted on me this afternoon. I hope you have a great day and thanks again for participating.
oh, you're welcome.